Good evening, Rutgers University. I am WeatherWatcher Michael Pastor, and I'll be providing you your evening forecast for today, Thursday, November 13th, 2025. So, moving on to our right now, we see that we're currently sitting at 46 degrees with a feels like of 42. Humidity is down at 52% with a winds out of the northwest at 7 miles per hour. So, nothing too crazy, pretty normal for a November 13th. So looking at our headlines, tomorrow we're going to be seeing fair weather moving into our area Friday into Saturday. And then as we get into our weekend, we are going to be seeing a front passing through. So we're going to be seeing some lingering effects from that front, which we will be going over later. And then into next week, we will be seeing a return of seasonable temps, which will be a high pressure settling in after that frontal passage. So looking at our current temps starting in southern Jersey, we see temps of low 40s to mid 40s all across southern Jersey, so pretty consistent down in the south. And then as we move up to the north, we see fairly consistent in central Jersey with the mid 40s. But then as we move more north, we see low 40s into upper 30s. So definitely a little chillier up in the higher elevations of High Point in Sussex County, but pretty consistent from central Jersey south. So looking at our almanac for today, looking at our high, today we're sitting at a high of 53 and a low of 44. Comparing it to average, that is right around average, with our average high being 56 and our average low being 36. But looking at our records, way back in 1935, we had our record for November 13th at 74 degrees Fahrenheit. And then only 6 years ago in 2019, we saw a record low of 20 degrees Fahrenheit. Looking at our sunset and sunrise for today, we had a sunrise of 6:42 a.m. with our sun setting at 4:41. So as our that winter season moves in, days are certainly getting shorter. Moving into our radar and satellite, we see a lot of scattered showers up in upstate New York and Pennsylvania, but it's not really reaching New Jersey. It is dissipating right before it gets here, with the exception of Northwest Jersey experiencing a little bit of that precip. But this is going to be pretty much everything with that, the winds coming over the Great Lakes with some lake effect precipitation, but not quite reaching New Jersey. So looking at our future cast now, this is looking at precipitation totals for that frontal passage that will be moving through Saturday into Sunday, so Saturday night for the most part. And as we can see, we're not really going to be getting more than half an inch of precipitation throughout New Jersey. We do see two really pronounced bands of snow. I do predict that up here in northern Jersey, this is definitely plausible. We're getting a little bit of snow band up in Sussex County into Morris County. But the snow band down here in central Jersey, I would say that would most likely be some rain, as temperatures are probably not going to be cold enough for snow precipitation to be in that area. So now moving on to a drought monitor with that rain coming through. Will we see some relief to this area? Probably, but it will not be too much relief. It has been pretty consistent up in this moderate to severe drought in western New Jersey, and a half inch of rain probably will not be giving it too much relief. I would say that this drought would probably be sustaining in the area up until December. So looking at our 7-day forecast now, we're starting with Friday. We have a high of 49 degrees with a low of 30. Going into the weekend with a high of 54 on Saturday, the low of 45. And then overnight, we see that chance of rain coming through. And after that frontal passage, we will be seeing a little bit of a warmer high at 61, with that low dipping right back down to 36. So moving into next week, we now see our highs all around the upper 40s and lower 50s, with those lows in the 30s. So very consistent going into next week, just as we expect heading into mid-November. So I hope you enjoyed today's forecast, and make sure to follow Weather Watchers at Facebook, Instagram, X, and YouTube. And thank you so much for watching.